spiritually? Are you ready for changes in your relationship? Are you ready for changes involving your health? Well, the first step, if you are ready for a change, what I have learned is that we first have to change our mindset. We have to think positive, and we have to speak positive messages to ourselves. What do I mean by this? If you are struggling financially, you have to get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm tired of struggling financially. I'm ready for a change. You have to say, hey, I cannot continue on like this. Not saying that it's going to happen overnight, that you're going to change your finances, but once we have the mindset that I want to change my financial situation, I'm tired of struggling financially. Once you do this, then we have to do something different to change our finances. We have to start budgeting. We have to start watching what we spend our money on. So, in order for us to change our financial situation, we have to look at how much money we have coming in. Because I know as people, we're busy, you're working, maybe a full time job, you have a spouse, you may have kids, you may not, you may be taking care of your grandkids, you may be taking care of your parents. But once we decide, okay, hey, I'm tired of struggling financially, and we change our mindset, we'll start seeing things change. What do I mean by that? Today is Saturday, a beautiful day. So what I did was that I went to a class that's going to help my business and something that's going to help me bring income into my life because I want to change my financial situation. By the end of next year, I don't want to be in the same financial situation. So what I did was I changed my mindset and I said, hey, no more. I'm tired. I have to do something different if I want my business to grow. It's a Saturday. A lot of people are out shopping, having fun. And but I decided to go to a free class that's gonna teach me skills that I can use in my business. And the class that I took today, it actually can help me make money in a different way. So now what I do, I'm very with time. I feel like now I what I spend my time on now, if it's not helping me make money, you know, my health, I spend my time now on doing stuff that's going to benefit me in a positive way, like journaling, um, learning about health, how to eat healthy. So I spend my time wisely. So while today I could have been at home chilling watching Netflix, I decided to come take a class that's going to help me in my business. And the class, I mean, it was only 2 hours. It was very helpful, and I'm happy that I took the class. So basically, what I'm saying right now, if you are struggling financially, there are a lot of resources out here. We just have to stop and take the time to figure out Why isn't our finances in order? And then once we figure that out, we can't blame ourselves. We learn, we have to learn how to do better. And then once we do that, we can start with a plan of we can how we can improve our financial situation. Because money, it does, money matters. It gives you options. And then also on your goal to trying to improve your finances, you have to be disciplined. You have to set boundaries. So even if you're in a relationship with your spouse, you have to have boundaries set with them. So everybody's not going to understand your journey to improve your finances, but you have to. It's your journey. It's not meant for them to understand understand your journey. Everybody's journey is different. So some people are not gonna agree with you, but you're doing what is best for you. And we have to have self care for ourselves. We have to love ourselves and want to have better for ourselves. That is the first step. We can't depend on other people to make us happy. We have to make ourselves happy. And, finances is better. Having good finances is good. And remember, credit does matter. But the first, we have to stay focused, and we have to learn and do things that are going to help us improve our finances. And what do I mean by this? I know everybody is so busy, every day, but we don't want to just stay in the rat race, just going, like on a hamster wheel. We never stop. We're just complaining about our problems, but we never like just sit down and say, hey, how can I change my financial situation? Or if it's something else other than money, what can I do to make, my situation better? Because you'll be amazed. Oh, thank you for joining me. You'll be amazed once we sit down and we have some quiet time to ourselves, and we meditate, and then we think about our goals. Because remember, it's so important that we ask ourselves, what do we want? What are our goals? Because often I think a lot of people, and I have done it myself, a lot of people, they'll forget to, ask themselves, what do I want? What will make me happy? Because it's so easy for us to complain about our problems, but we never come up with a solution or a plan of, how we can fix them. And also, it's so important that we we pay attention to the people who we hang around to. So if you want to, do better, you have to hang around people that are positive, people who are, going to uplift you. And then also, like I said, we have to look and see, what do we do? How do we spend our time? Like I said, we still want to have fun. You still want to go out, but we still have to take care of business. Also, we have to work on our goals. We should want to get better, not just sit and complain about our problems, and don't start making baby steps to make our life better. But the first step is changing our mindset, saying, "Hey, I'm tired. Something has to change, and we have to. change who we are too. So saying, okay, well, I'm not the same person I used to be. I'm going in a new direction. And this goes for any area in your life, your marriage, your finances, um, any type of relationship. If you don't like the way things are in a situation, you have to make the decision that today, this stops. It's gonna be a change. Like I said, it's not gonna be easy, but that is the first step if we want to see a change. So I offer one-on-one consultation. I'll be happy to assist you. It is so amazing to have someone that'll be willing to walk with you through your journey. So if you just click the link in the description, and I would appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. That way, you can follow me every week, and then also I can reach more people because my goal is to help as many people as I can um, improve their financial situation. Because remember, money. When a person, I'm not saying that money 100% will solve all of our problems. But a lot of people they do suffer because they have financial issues, and then financial issues it can affect your health, it can affect your mental health. So that's why I believe that finances is so important. And then some people they'll get mad and they'll say, hey, money doesn't matter, but money, it does matter. So, you're going to have people that's going to, disagree with you because you're trying to improve your finances. It's going to be people that are close to you, family members, but you still have to, just keep your eyes, keep focused on what you're doing, for you, that's going to make you happy because, also self care, that is important too. So self care, you have to, you have to do self care like I do journaling, exercise. Um, so finances and I would say exercise is is so is so important. So click the link in my description if you would like to book a one-on-one with me. The times are very flexible, and thank you for joining me. And hit that subscribe button and follow me weekly.